praise God. You ain't dedicated like you used to be dedicated. You're not faithful like you used to be faithful. You don't pray like you used to pray anymore. There has been a spiritual sickness that has overtaken the body. I wish I had some help in here. It's all right. I know I'm in the house already. But the Bible declared there was sickness that was amongst the people of God. And the Bible declares that while Jesus was doing what he had to do, the Mary and Martha that went after Jesus. You got to understand, when you are revealed to something that's not of God, one thing you got to understand is quit waiting for God to meet you where you at and learn how to go to God even with your sickness. We think because we have a condition in our body that we have to wait for Jesus to come and heal us. But if I can stop in this story and transform in another story, that the woman who had the issue of blood did not wait for Jesus to come down her alley, but the Bible says she pressed around the people to get her healed. Look at your neighbor and say, quit waiting for God to come and heal you. When you recognize you're sick, you go to Walgreens to get medicine. When you recognize your body is pain, you go to the hospital. But I don't understand how church folk can be spiritually sick and won't go to Jesus. Something is wrong with the picture. But I come to let you know that Mary and Martha discovered that there was a sickness and they thought that their brother was dead. Some of y'all think that your anointing is dead. Some of y'all think that your prayer is dead. Some of y'all think that your praise and worship is dead. But as the Bible keeps on reading, the Bible declared that when they got a hold of Jesus, the Bible said, now Jesus loved Martha and his sister and Lazarus. The Bible also declares that when he had heard that he was sick, he abode 2 days. In other words, Jesus didn't move right then. Come on, somebody. But the Bible said he stayed in the same place for 2 days. Let me tell you something. I know you're sick spiritually. You've been asking God to heal your body. Just because God didn't move right then and there does not mean you don't have power in your prayer. What that means is God heard your voice, but he's on an assignment. He has to work some stuff around. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, all you need to do, thank you, Sister Amicia, is wait on God. I wish I had some people in here today. You got to understand right now, Jesus had all the power when he heard that his brother was sick. When he heard his best friend was sick, he had all the power to stop what he was doing and go see about Lazarus. But God said, no, I want to wait right here. Because what you got to understand is, whenever you got doubt in your mind, God ain't going to move real quickly. I wish I had somebody. When you got doubt in your mind, when you really don't believe God can do it, don't expect God to move when you want him to move. I'm trying to tell somebody today that when God heard that the best friend was sick, he stayed in the same place that we was in for 2 days. He told the disciples, listen, don't worry about it. I got everything under control. We're going to stay here for 2 days. And after these 2 days go by, we're going to go see. Listen, what you got to understand is Jesus ain't moving fast because you seem like you're about to lose everything. Jesus ain't going to rush to you because you feel like you're losing everything. Jesus is going to take his time and come see about you, because when you really know who God is, you don't care what you lose. I wish I had help in here. When you know who God is, you don't care who you lose, because one thing you got to understand, how will you know God was a restorer if you never lost anything? We keep looking at God like God saved. God, give me this, give me this. God, don't let me lose this, don't let me lose. Baby, if I lose my job, God is a restorer. He'll give me another job. Come on. If I lose my car, if I lose my house, it's okay. We think that because we lost something, the battle is over. The devil's a lie. You got to understand who God is. Before I lose my house, I know that even if I lose it, God is a restorer. Somebody shout, he's a restorer. Let me finish on. I don't want to stay there too long, but watch this. I'm going to shoot the 20 real quick so I can point out something else to you. The Bible declares in the 20th verse, it simply says that then Martha, as soon as she heard that Jesus was coming, went and met him. Come on, somebody. Every time somebody meet Jesus, come on. Every time somebody meet Jesus, thank you. It does not necessarily mean that they got a good motive. Come on, somebody. Every time somebody come before the presence of God, it don't mean they got a good motive all the time. Because some people can get in the presence of God and be full of emotions. Come on, I know I'm in the house. Come on, you get in the presence of God and you crying and weeping. That ain't God, you're just full of emotions. But when you get in the real presence of God, come on, you know how to humble yourself. You know how to surrender. You can't be fully in the presence of God and still be holding on to stuff. When the real presence of God falls on your life, you ain't got no power to hold on to the mess in you. You can't do nothing but lift your hands and say, God, I surrender. Let me go ahead. So the Bible said that when Martha came and when she got before Jesus, she simply told him, she said, Mary is still at the house. Ooh, I want to work this thing real quick. Come on, the Bible said that Martha, as she heard that Jesus was coming, went and met him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The Bible said, but Mary sat still in the house. Let me tell you something right there. You got to understand one thing about Mary. Mary was not the one to get all in her feelings and say, I got to go confront Jesus. How's Jesus going to be this? I thought that was more of his best friend. How's he going to just sit there and let Lazarus die? Come on. But one thing Mary knew, even Martha went in his presence. But can I tell you something, people of God, that Jesus was faced with two people. God, I wish I had some help in here. Watch where I'm about to go. There were two people that went into the presence of Jesus. One, come on, somebody shout one. One, Martha went into the presence of Jesus by a physical presence. And she went to Jesus and said, come on, and Martha, Mary is still at the house. But what she didn't realize with her carnal mind is that Mary was always in the presence of Jesus. She went to the presence of Jesus in the spirit. You got to understand. Quit going to God and trying to get in the presence, crying because he left you, crying because she left you, and get in the real presence of God. What Mary did, Mary knew that her emotions couldn't move Jesus, but she said, let me stay right where I am and meet Jesus in the spirit realm. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, if you want to see Jesus, you need to get in your presence of God. And Mary began to worship God. He began to worship God. She began to worship God. And the Bible said after she worshiped God, then she stepped in the physical being of Jesus' presence. And when she did that, come on somebody, the Bible simply says in the 21st verse, then Martha said unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hast been here, my brother had not died. Some of y'all are saying it and you don't even realize it. If God would have been here, I would have still had my job. If God would have been here, I wouldn't be going through this mess in the first place. But let me tell you something, people of God. You got to understand, Jesus, he's all over the place. He's never, come on, I wish I had help in here. There ain't a time you've been through a storm and Jesus wasn't there. There ain't a time you lost something and Jesus wasn't there. Come on, somebody. Jesus is a witness. Yes, he is. He's there before, at the moment, and after. Come on, somebody. So you got to understand this. In the Bible, it might look like that Jesus wasn't even around. But one thing you got to understand, that even in the spirit realm, Jesus was still there by Lazarus when Lazarus was sick. And you got to understand this, that your worship will cause something to stop if it ain't the will of God. You got to understand the power of your worship. You got to understand, somebody, that when you worship God, it'll stop. You something. You don't even realize how powerful your worship is. You don't even realize how anointed your worship is. Quit getting in your feelings all the time because it seems like it's too hard. Because God said, I won't put more on you than you can bear. So even though the weight may seem a little rough, He'll always leave enough strength for you to worship Him. You got to understand that your worship will cause demons to back off of you. There's some stuff you ain't got to wait for God to do. All you got to do is start worshiping God. Because if I worship God in the midst of what I'm going through, God will sit right there and say, you bad, you got it by yourself. Look how you worshiping me. I ain't even going to do nothing because I invested enough in you already to change your surroundings. Look at your neighbor and say, I'm an atmosphere setter. So watch this. So the Bible declares, watch this. Let's go to the 25th verse. The Bible said, Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection. Let me tell you something. How would you know that Jesus was the resurrection if nothing ever died? Y'all not hearing me in here. How would you know that Jesus was the resurrector if nothing ever dies? How do you expect to have life? Come on. Jesus would have never been the resurrector if He ain't died and got up out of that grave. None of y'all in here would still be alive because death would have had more power than life. But one thing you got to understand is that God is a resurrection. He's the resurrection. Somebody shout, He's the resurrection. So you got to understand, even when it seems like your anointing has died, God is the resurrection. He'll resurrect your anointing. I wish I had help in here. When it seems like your power's been drained from you, God is a resurrection. He'll resurrect the power that's been on the inside of you. When it seems like your peace has been snatched out of your life, God is a resurrection. He'll resurrect it in your life. Come on, somebody. I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm about to stop in just a few more minutes. I want to tell you something real quickly. Look at 26. 26 simply says, and whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you ain't dying like this. Look at somebody else with some power and say, neighbor, you ain't dying like this. Baby, you got a story to tell. And if your story ain't been told yet, God got to give you life until your story is finished. You got to understand, if you understand the Bible starts off with life, but in the middle of the Bible you'll see life and death going back and forth. But even when you get to the end of the Bible was ended with life. What am I trying to tell you? All I'm trying to tell you is you are an open book. You open the book with life, and you've been through some stuff in the middle of your book where life and death were battling each other. But I'm trying to tell you, it won't always be like this. God shall perfect that concerning this. Look at somebody and say, sooner or later it's gonna turn around for my good. I might as well stop right there. I ain't no Baptist preacher, but I come to tell you, good God Almighty, that even on the day when Jesus was beat and when He was bruised and when He was scorned, they thought they had took the life out of Jesus. But what they didn't understand is Jesus had a hidden power that was feeding Him the anointing. You can't kill something that you ain't never built. What I'm trying to say is, when they hung Him on the cross, they hung Him on the cross and they thought that was it. But you got to understand, the carnal eye can only go so far. The carnal eye can only see so much. There was something happening in the spirit realm. The Bible declares that when they put Him in the tomb, they closed the tomb up and they walked away. But you don't understand. You've been walked away from. People have walked out of your life. People have left you for dead. People have thought you wasn't going to get up out of your situation. But what they didn't understand, that there was a resurrecting power that was already on the inside of you. The reason why you still standing today is because there is a resurrection power that's been on the inside of shake your head and begin to shake your belly and say, resurrection power, come out of me now. You don't understand the reason why I got a word. I got to tell you this. I got to tell you this. I might be out of order, but I got to tell our leader. And it was just an hour ago. The Lord began to speak to me. And the Lord told me what you're going through, it don't have nothing to do with you. What you're dealing with ain't even for you. But I remember the God was telling me that your sickness, it might be great right now, but what you are going through, and when you come out, is going to be greater than what you have been through. Lives shall be healed. You will lay hands on sick, and when the doctors left them for dead, your hands shall resurrect them from the sickness. I heard the Lord tell me, good God Almighty, that you confirmed it when you texted me last night and said, I'm getting out of my bed of affliction. I come to tell you that when you come out of the bed of affliction, God said you will have a healing power like never before. You think you healed the sick before, you think you laid hands on the sick before, but God told me to say that you shall restore the walking dead. I wish I had somebody in here, even right now, who can open their mouth and say, God, I thank you. You resurrected the power in me when I felt like I was getting ready to lose my life.